Autobots, transform!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the toy review. In front of me I have Marvel Legends series X-Men Psylocke by Hasbro. Here she is in her packaging. You can see she comes with a few accessories, and this is not the translucent hair variant. She comes packed with the Apocalypse leg. The side of her packaging, there's some artwork for her using her psychokinetic energy. Back of the box is a product shot looking much better than the actual toy in the box. She has a brief bio up here. You can pause that and read that. Down at the bottom, or near the bottom, is the Apocalypse Builder figure to actually build. They show you all the figures in the wave and which part comes with each figure, so you know what you're looking for in case somebody steals the piece out of the package. Same reversed artwork, and back to the front of the packaging. As I get this figure open, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit to the bio. Psylocke actually started out a long time ago as Captain Britain's sister and actually took up the role as Captain Britain briefly a long time ago before she evolved. She's been a known member of the X-Men, the Captain Britain Corps, Excalibur. She's been a member of the Hand, X-Force, X-Club, Horsemen, the Four Horsemen of Apocalypse, and the Hellfire Club. She has, her abilities are telekinesis, telepath, precognition. She's an expert in martial arts, which she gained when she was mentally fused with an Asian character, or her brain was put into the body of an Asian character. I can't remember which. I probably should have. I'm trying to give you the bio. And she has the ability to make psychic energy weapons, which are these little things inside the packaging, which are pretty cool. She is a mutant. So here she is out of the packaging. I'll bring her closer to the camera, take a look, and I kind of don't like where the paint is, where her skin meets the leotard. I think they could have did a little bit better with that thing. The little sash is a secondary piece. This completely separate scope molded onto her, which I do like. It kind of floats around. You can move it out of the way for articulation. And I don't like the pins for the crotch piece is blue. They should have used the tone they use for her skin, so it doesn't like just jump out at you as much. The paint on the leg, at least on mine here, is not done well. It's faded. It's a little bit rubbed off. Same with this one. This one is better, but it's still, you can clearly see that it could have been done better. Let's go around to the back. She has the little product stamping there. I don't know why they didn't try to get it under the foot, or she has some under her feet. As if this wasn't enough. You know, they added this little serial number right there. They could have found another place. Her arms are painted a little bit better, both of them. Take a look at her face. She has a nice face, a very nice face actually. Love her eyes, her eyebrows, and the hair. And I said it before, and I will say it again in my reviews. I love it when the head sculpt and the hair are two different plastics. I think that makes the figures look better, as opposed to making either one color and then painting the other, like down here. But I guess they had to do it down here. And she comes with one closed fist and one open hand for holding her weapons. And now I'm going to go over her articulation. Because of her hair, I think I'm not going to get much out of her neck as far as looking up, because her hair is hitting her back, is hindering her articulation there. But she can look down a lot. Maybe should have made the hair a little bit softer. It's not really hard. It's sort of pliable, but because of the way it lays, she can't look up with it. Coming to her shoulders, you can get her arms up this far, straight up to the sides, which is pretty far for the characters for the figures in this series. She rotates at the shoulder at the full 360. She does not have a bicep swivel, I guess because they wanted to keep the aesthetic of her little female arm. Coming down to her elbow swivels at the elbow. It's single jointed, but you can get it up pretty far. Coming down to her wrist 360, and her hand is on a hinge. You can rock it in and out. Not much. Oh yeah, you can't get a lot out. And I'm assuming the same thing carries over from left to right arm because I see the same articulation points. Coming down to her midsection, she has what is this? A torso articulation, where she can 360 at this point, but it's not giving much up and down. It's supposed to be like in the place of an ab crunch. She can get just the hair out of it. I guess it's to get a swivel more than anything. Coming down to her hips, get her legs out this far. Wish it was a little bit more for a martial artist. From front to back, you can get her legs this far. She has an upper thigh swivel. She swivels very well at the thigh. Coming down to her knee is double hinged, and coming down to her foot, it rocks front and back very well, and it rocks from side to side. Is rocking it, so she has a lot of leg articulation, so she can get a lot of martial arts poses out of that. Also, I just noticed on my shoulder, the paint is a little rough right here. Yeah, and when they do things like this where they have to put the skin tone next to the plastic, they have to choose either one, then they have to paint it in there like that. Most of these figures will suffer from a paint bleed or nicks and scrapes like that, which is unfortunate. And like this probably just I know it probably most likely varies from figure to figure. And she comes with a few weapons. She comes with like the psychic energy mask, like when she's like powering up, the energy's coming off. Looks like a little She-Ra character with this on. Then she comes with the psychic energy or psychokinetic energy sword, which is a two-piece. Slides off. You can have just the blade, or you can have the blade with the super energy coming off, like she has the power up. And it's cool. I like that they did like the translucent plastic because she's known to carry a real sword, and I guess she gets to the point where she can make it with the psychic energy. But I'm happy they chose the psychokinetic sword. Looks very cool. And then she has the more famous psychokinetic energy dagger. I'm probably not butchering how you supposed to say it, but I'm saying it. The little you can get her all psycho energy up, which is a very, very cool look. It almost makes up for the leg here. And with the great articulation that she has, you can get her in some real nice poses like she's on the offensive. And because this little thing is like a softer plastic, you can drape it a few different ways, like it's dangling in different ways, which is very, very cool. Really like that. And she really looks great. Really does. And totally unrelated, she's one of the characters I love to see cosplay. Let me see, I don't know if you can use this as a secondary weapon because she's been known to make a whip. I'm pretty sure you get this on her hand. So I don't know if it's intended to be a secondary weapon or not. So if I can squeeze her hand in that little hole. Probably if I work with it, I probably could get it. Okay, I just cheaped out and stuck it in her hand. And she can make another construct. Okay, it's not really stand, but like I said, there it is. I got it on her hand, and you can make like a third weapon out of it if you chose to. I don't know if they actually intended that. I think they did, and that's why they made it a two-piece instead of a single scope, unless this was somebody else's sword in another line. I know it's somebody else's sword now. One of the waves they just dropped. I think the Venom wave, I think it's somebody's sword in that wave, I believe, and it's not translucent. But anyway, one more psychic construct from Psylocke. And just to show you, you can get the other little psychic dagger on either hand. but obviously she can't hold the sword in this hand. And you may be able to wrap this over here, make that work over there. I'm not going to struggle with it right now, but there she is. And the last thing that she is packaged with, of course, is the Apocalypse builder figure piece. Get her to stand. And it is the left leg. The left leg of Apocalypse. Here it is. Same plastic that's used throughout the rest of the figures that I reviewed. He has the pearlized navy blue, and then he has the really dark blue metallic going on down at the bottom of what his actual boot. Then he has a little gray in there, and I am one piece away, and he actually has a little floating like hinge here. So now I'm one last piece away from building Apocalypse. Here's how she scales with another figure in this wave, Storm. She's a little bit shorter than Storm. And here how she scales with one more figure out of this wave, Wolverine. So yeah, this is pretty much all I got for this figure in this review. Other than the paint, I really like it. I really like it despite the paint, because those issues happen on figures from time to time, especially when they do this type of paint job or whatever. But I love the translucent pink parts. Absolutely love the head sculpt. Everything else is just okay as standard figure, but the translucent psychic parts and the head sculpt is awesome. Then you got to get her to build Apocalypse. So if you find her, I think you should pick her up. I am George, the 80s Transformer fan. Thank you for watching another toy review, and I'll see you soon.
Autobots, transform!